Here's a save your shoulders routine. So first off, we're gonna bring our hands over our head in a seated position, and then you're gonna bring your your left hand to your right knee and then twist. And then again, you're gonna reach up over your head and then bring your other hand to your knee and then look round. And then we're gonna do this again. So reaching up on the inhale and exhale, bringing that right hand to your knee, and then again inhale up and then bring your left hand to your knee and then twist round and then take a deep breath in again, reach up, and we're going to do it again. So right hand comes to your knee, looking around, and then the other side, inhale and then bring it around, twist as much as you can. Okay, so from here we're going to interlock our fingers and we're just going to bring them in front and then really rounding your back here, stretching out your back, and then you're going to interlock your fingers again, and then this time we're stretching out our shoulders and our chest, and then we're going to do it again. So interlock your fingers and then just round your back as much as you can, and this is how it should look when you bring it around your back. So really squeeze your shoulder blades together. Really stretch it out. Bring your hands as high as you can. Doesn't matter if you can't get it too high. And then again, round your back, keeping your fingers interlocked, and then bringing it around your back, doing the same thing. Okay, so inhale, hands to the sky. Okay, so this time you're going to grab your wrist and you're just going to come to the side. So slight bend each side. Inhale on the way up and then exhale when you come down. And this time you're just going to plant your hand to the ground and then again just reaching over each side just like that. Okay, now we're going to come on all fours. Oh, I'm just checking my phone. So on all fours, and what we're going to do is kind of going to child pose but with your hips high, and you're going to come up onto your fingertips. So here you're going to push your fingertips into the ground and you're going to turn your head to the left, holding it there. So bringing your right shoulder into the ground and then turning to your right, bringing that left shoulder to the ground. Really stretching out those shoulders and keeping your fingers tented. Tented means on the top of your fingers. And then look to your left and look to your right again. Okay, now you've done that, we're going to stay in the 4-point hold and we're going to bring our right hand through and we're just going to really push with our left hand to the ground. So you want to try and get your shoulder to the floor if you can, and just keep pushing that left hand to the floor, and then you're going to twist up, look to the sky, and then you're going to bring it back in again. Again, that left hand is really important here. You're going to really push through the ground. And again, look up, inhale, when you look up, exhale when you bring that arm through again. Again, pushing with that left hand. And then bring it up to the sky, plant it back down. Now we're going to do the other side. So inhale, bring that hand up, left hand post through. And again, the right hand is going to push through the ground, really stretching out that shoulder on your back. And this time you're going to look up, exhale, bring that arm through, really pushing with your right hand, holding that position, and then looking up, twisting your arm to the sky, and then posting it again through to the other side. Really focusing on your right hand here, pushing to the ground. Okay, now back into that kind of high hip child pose. Really feeling this in your shoulders. So if you like, you can put your hands to a prayer position. I find this gives me more of a stretch in my shoulders. Or you can just stay with your arms out or straight. You can either get something like a chair, a bench, and put your hands on the bench. This will give you more of a deeper stretch again. But I'm just going to stay here. So making sure we're breathing this in this position. So breathing through our nose and exhaling through our nose. Deep breath. We're going to hold this for a minute or so. So really pushing your elbows through the ground, getting as much stretch in those shoulders as we can. This is a really good one for if you find that your posture is bad from sitting at a desk all day, or looking at your phone. We started to round our shoulders because of that. We always got our head down, which means our shoulders come rounded as well. Okay, so now we're just going to come in a 4-point hold, and we're going to go into some cat and cows, and just rounding your back, and then bringing your hips back, just to shake it off a little bit, and then come up into your downward dog position. So here, really lengthening your spine, walk the dog out, and then just jump through to your hands or step through. And now we're going to go into chair pose. So you can bring your hands by your ears, sitting down in a squat position, and we're just going to do eagle arms and eagle leg. So you can bring your right hand underneath your left, and then I've actually done the wrong way, but I've put my left leg over my right, but you should do right and right. But anyway, we're going to hold this position, keep nice and low, really squeeze your thighs when you're in this position, and try and get your elbows as high as you can. And then back into chair pose, lean back, arms out straight, to the side, and then we're going to do the other side. So left hand comes under your right hand, and then the leg that you didn't do before comes over. Again, squeeze your thighs, try and keep your pose here. Remember to breathe. Inhale through your nose, exhale through your nose. We're just going to hold this for a bit. Really stretching out those shoulders, and then back into chair pose. A little slight bend if you got it in your practice, and then into a forward fold, and then back into a downward dog position. So here, just walk the dog out. So bring your heels to the floor. Really stretch out your arms. And then we're going to go on to our backs. So here we're going to just hold the position. So hands on the floor, feet on the floor. You're going to bring your hips up. Just kind of like a reverse plank position. Here we're just going to hold this position. You really feel this in your shoulders. It's a really good one to get a bit more mobility here. And we're just going to hold that. If you feel like you're struggling, you can just bring your hips down and then come back in the position. But keep that core tight, squeeze your glutes, and we're just going to hold this. Keep your arms straight. Remember to breathe. Inhale through your nose, exhale through your nose. I struggle with this one, as you can see. So keeping that position. Really push through your heels. Try not to go on your toes. You want to try and keep your body as straight as possible. And then relax. So come out of that position now. Okay, so this time we're going to go on to our sides. So with your left hand, you're going to bring it out to the side so your elbow is on the floor and your head just hovers up on the floor. You're going to push your hand to the floor for 10 seconds, but you're going to resist that push. I find this one really hard. I can't touch the floor with my hand at all. I'm very far off. But after doing this, I find I have more mobility in my shoulder to do this. If you find that your neck is aching here, you can put a foam roller or a yoga block underneath your head. So we're just going to do this for 10 seconds, pushing down and resisting it, and then you relax. So we'll do this, a couple of times. So pushing down and then relax. And then again, pushing down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then relax. And then we're going to do it again. So just pushing and that's a bit achy for me. Okay, so I'm just grabbing a foam roller now. So this was because my neck was slightly strained. So here I'm just going to go back in that position. I'm going to do the other side this time. So I'm going to do my right hand, and I'm going to do the same thing. So I'm going to push down, try and get my hand to the floor, keeping my knees together, keeping on my side, and just really trying to keep my elbow and my shoulder in the same place, but just moving my shoulder joint. So here, doing the same thing. So pushing my hand to the floor and then try and resist it. I always say like 10 seconds is a good time to do this. 10 to 20. I'm doing just below 10. I'm not very good at counting. But I'd say do 10 seconds, maybe 3 sets is a good time for this. So again, pushing your hand down for 10 seconds. And then you can just test it out there and see, if it's got a bit more flexible when doing that. Okay, so now going on to our sides, we're gonna bring our right knee to the floor, arms out to the side, and we're gonna try and keep our knee on the floor, and we're just gonna make kind of a circle with that right hand. So this is a really good one for our shoulder and our back again. And just try and keep that knee on the floor if you can, doesn't matter if it does come up. And then just try and get your shoulder to the floor when you come all the way around. So we're going to do that 5 circles, and then 5 hands come in and out. So to a T, and then comes to your other hand on the floor. So just do that 5 times. And then you're going to swap sides that you're doing it. So the other arm comes round. So this is your left hand now making the circles, and then your left knee will be on the floor. So try and get your shoulders to the floor while keeping your knee on the floor as well. It's very hard to do. Try and do both. But the most important thing is getting your shoulder all the way around like that. If your knee comes off the floor, then that's not an issue. So once you've done a few circles, we're going to go back and clap your hands, keeping in the T position and keeping that knee over the side. Just like that. Okay, awesome. Now you've done that, we're coming on to one of our last movements now. So this one looks a bit funky. So you interlock your finger, you're going to come onto the side of your shoulder, and you're kind of just going to rock back and forth on it. It's kind of like giving it a bit of a massage on the floor. This can feel quite awkward for some people, so if it's not in your practice, just maybe ignore this. But it is a good one for your shoulders, especially getting it mobile. But yeah, you kind of just rock back and forth. Just do it a few times. So if you see, I've interlocked my finger like that, and then I'm going to go the other side. So here, just rocking back and forth, keeping on my one foot and then one leg out straight, just rocking back and forth. And that is that, guys. Please subscribe to my channel, and thank you for watching. Have a lovely day.